Okay, family, so today we're talking about helping families deal with loss. That's the mission of an organization called Roberta's House, and they're looking for volunteers. My guest this morning is the director of the Survivor Advocacy Program, Miss Paulette Williams-Tillery. Paulette, I want to thank you for coming in and talking about a very serious issue here, helping families deal with loss. So for those who may not be familiar, talk about Roberta's House and some of the programs that you offer there.
First, thank you for having me come out to just kind of discuss what we do at Roberta's House. So Roberta's House was founded in 2007 by Annette March Greer in response to the increase in the number of trauma that was being experienced through homicides in Baltimore City and Prince George County. And from that, since 2007, we have been able to provide services to at least 2,000 or more families itself with support that we receive from Roberta's House. And we're now excited to talk about the expansion that we have in Prince George County, in which we will be providing services here also.
That's a new program you have.
It's a new program, and we have a new office setting there. And the program will be called the Rays of Hope program, which is a family peer support group for children between the ages of 2 to 17 and for adults also. And in that particular group, what we do is we teach survival skills. We teach families how to cope. And we mean effective coping skills. We teach them also and educate them about the awareness of homicide and the impact of homicide and the impact that homicide actually have on not just the family but also has in the community itself. You know, research states that due to one loss, through a traumatic event or a traumatic loss that a family may suffer, they leave behind at least 10 people, 10 survivors who are trying to grieve their loved one itself. So we work with these particular families and we work with the children. And they come in and it's a 10-week session. And they come in and a lot of times we're building that foundation back with that family itself. Because as you can imagine, if losing someone to any type of loss can be very traumatic. But when they lose someone to a trauma or to a homicide, it brings about more complex issues itself. And we're talking about issues in dealing with revenge, dealing with anger, and so many different types of feelings and emotions that put you on a roller coaster up and down. And so within the Rays of Hope support group, you know, we unite families together who have faced a similar type of loss, and they're able to come in and they're able to heal. Because at Roberta's House, we believe that every family that suffered from some type of loss or from homicide itself should have a right or a place where they can heal. A place where they can come in, and talk about what has happened to them. They should be treated with a lot of dignity and respect, you know. So we believe in the mission that we have. We look at grief as a public health preventative measure or service itself. So we take a proactive approach when it comes to dealing with loss through to homicide.
And you're looking for volunteers, I understand.
Yes. We're looking for volunteers, particularly in the Prince George County, for our Rays of Hope group. The Rays of Hope group, we have one that's going to be upcoming at September the 19th. We have an orientation that will start September the 12th. So the group starts September the 19th and will go through November the 21st. But before that, we're going to actually introduce a 3-day training for volunteers. And we're recruiting volunteers from various backgrounds. Most of our volunteers come in sometimes with a mental health background or they may be social workers. And one of the incentives that they can have is that they will earn 21 CEU credits. You know, and all we ask that they do is give back 40 hours of service to the organization. That's right. And I'm quite sure you have people who have probably suffered a loss who come back and volunteer as well. Yes. In addition, you know, I said that we have a various population that actually come in to volunteer. So we have people, and it's interesting, that come back through it, that went through the grief and loss group themselves, and they come back to give back to the community. And that's a great thing to see, people actually coming back and sharing with others about their experiences. I love that. So for those who may be interested in becoming volunteers. So those people that are interested in becoming volunteers should reach out to Karen Beasley, who is our office assistant. And you can reach Karen at 301-880-5100, or you can reach us through the website, which is robertashouse.org. That's fantastic. Paulette,
I love what you guys are doing there at Roberta's house. Keep up the great work. This is a very important issue, and people don't realize how much they need some kind of counseling or help when they are grieving.
And that's very true. And I say a lot of times people don't recognize it, or they look at it as a weakness when they have to reach out for help. But we look at it as totally different. It's not a weakness, it's a strength when you can come in and say, I'm trying to understand what's happening to me. I'm trying to understand what's happening to my family, because there's something that happened through this homicide that shook the foundation of the family. And so we're there to help them get through those particular feelings and emotions that they have to go through. And sometimes they feel like they're on a roller coaster.
Exactly.
But through the Rays of Hope group sessions, we're able to help them and assist them through this particular process.
I love what you guys are doing. Keep up the great work out there, all right?
Well, thank you. And thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Great job.